What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Vertical Football. Welcome back to another episode of the FIFA World Cup 2026 edition. It's the final edition, the final review. Spain versus Argentina. Spain won, Argentina nil. Courtesy of a fantastic goal from Ferran Torres. An amazing game, really. I think a lot of good things to learn in this game. So let's jump right to it. Let's jump right into the 5 things we learned. Even though there are many things we learned, but let's jump into the 5 major things we learned. First and foremost, I want to say big congratulations to the Spanish national team. I think this is how you want to play football. I think the Spain had a near perfect performance today, and I think any manager that wants to show his team how to play football in the modern era, I think you can use this game as an example. The Spain versus Argentina's game. I think Argentina is not a bad side on the ball. Argentina has very, very good technical players on the ball. Argentina is a team that can also move the ball, but when you are able to do what Spain did to Argentina today in terms of limiting them, in terms of pushing them to play deeper than they would have wanted, playing in Spain, Argentina's half, I think it just shows that, you are a very, very good technical side, a very, very good technical side. And I think that's what we saw from the Spanish national side. Very, very good team. I think. And it's not just only what they did on the ball, that is Spain. It's not only what Spain did on the ball. Because for you to have that kind of dominance that you had against Argentina for most part of the game, you can't just do that by just being good on the ball. You have to do other things as well. And I think it's not just what they did on the ball. As I said, it's also, the pressing, the counter-pressing. It's also the overload, the nice way to overload. It's also, the rest defense in terms of, creating a rest defense, the likes of Kubasi, the likes of Laporte, doing very, very well with that. Poro was fantastic also for that. Cucurella was amazing. All of them are amazing. So it's even the rest defense, even the overloads in the right period, the second balls, like for more than 80 minutes in the game, Spain was always winning the second balls. Spain was always winning the third balls. And when a team wins the second ball, third ball against you, there's no way for you to enter into the game. There's no way, because they are having more of the possession on the ball. When they lose the ball, they press and counter press. And when, that situation, they still win the ball back. They still win the second, the third ball. There's no way. And I think this is a masterclass, really. I think this is a masterclass. This is a game that coaches should use to show their teams about how we want to play. I want to pin the opposition back. I want to do a lot of good things. And I felt it was really amazing to see. Also, let me praise Rodri. I think Rodri, we all know Rodri is a special player. But I think for most part of the game, he showed us again why he's a special player. He shows us, again, a masterclass of how to run the midfield. I think he ran the midfield very, very well. And not just only Rodri alone, even the other guys that came on board, Pedri came on board at one point, did very well in tight spaces, to find certain situations. I love the way the midfield were, it wasn't difficult, it wasn't easy in certain moments to break that Argentine defense. And sometimes you were lacking a bit of quality, in the final third, but you could still see the midfield still doing things, still having those moments where they tap it through. And I think it was just amazing, passing passes, playing it all over on the top. I think they did a lot of good things there. And I think it was really, really amazing. Third thing, I felt after the first half, at the time Scaloni, at the time's national team manager, decided to say, okay, how can we impose ourselves in this game? We're not winning the first ball, we're not winning the second ball, we're not having possession. We're not getting anything to even get ourselves into the game. And I don't know if it is direct instruction, but what I felt is the introduction of Paredes. I felt Paredes was asked, in my own opinion, to, the way I saw it, to break the flow of the Spanish national side. And I felt, for me, I think Paredes should have been red carded in this game. I think you guys would agree. I felt at a certain moment there were dark acts being done. A jab to Rodri, to kind of decentral Rodri, to try to cut off Rodri's flow in the game, because obviously Rodri was running the game at that moment, and he wanted to, cause a flow to Rodri's game. Also pushing Olmo. There are a lot of things Paredes did. Even after the game, we are hearing that they even fought again. I think it was dirty, but ultimately they didn't still get the control. And I think that was what Argentina tried to do, in terms of, we can't have the ball. We are suffocating here. They are playing through us. We're having to defend our lives. I came across a statistic during the game that Martinez has made the most number of saves in I think ever, if I'm not mistaken, ever in World Cup history, in terms of World Cup final history. I'm also hearing a lot of statistics that this is the first time the Argentine side has not had, in normal time, they've not had, a shot on goal. No chances created, no shot on goal. At the point, it was just 2 chances, 2 touches in the opposition box. It's crazy. I think it's a masterclass really on how to do things, and I'm very happy that Spain ultimately got the reward for that. I'm very happy they got the reward for that. So the fourth thing I want to say is I felt, even in Spain national side, I felt that obviously I say it's a near perfect performance because I felt in certain areas they didn't do as well, even though I understand it was difficult. For example, the wings, I felt Yamal couldn't do what he would normally do because he was double up. At the time, Argentina doubled up on him in that period, so it was difficult for him. The likes of Tagliafico and all those the guys, they did well instead of keeping him quiet there. And obviously, so and I think the other side. I see Alex Baena that was there. I didn't like off the ball, he was good, but on the ball there were questions. I also felt that Williams that came on board, also, there were some moments, good moments. Okay, the assist for the goal, but I think there were some moments where you felt he could have done better. Even there was a particular ball where he dribbled and so I just felt it's not always going to be perfect. That's just a near perfect performance, but obviously for most part they did very, very well, and I'm very pleased. Lastly, Messi. I think Messi fans will be disappointed in the fact that Messi lost the final, but obviously when you look back at the career, you will see that 3 Champions League finals, if I'm not mistaken, 3 Champions League finals he has played. I think he played against Germany, he played against France and against Spain today, and ultimately I think 1 out of the 3, I think he has won the World Cup, and I think that alone would be very, very good for him. He'll be disappointed obviously, but I think it has been a good career for Messi. A very, very good career for Messi. Very, very amazing, stellar career for him. And I think we've enjoyed watching Messi. We've enjoyed watching Ronaldo. We've enjoyed watching these players. And I think for me, I'm just happy that to see, because I started watching them when they started their careers, and to see them at this stage, for me, it's just amazing, and see how both of them have become very, very great players. And for me, it's just amazing. I want to say it will really be good watching them on the World Cup stage. So guys, these are my opinions on the game between Spain versus Argentina. Spain won, Argentina nil. Spain won the FIFA World Cup of 2026, courtesy of a goal by Ferran Torres. Fantastic goal by Ferran Torres. Spain well-deserved winners. And so guys, let me have your opinion on this game. What did I say that you did not agree with? What did I say that I should have, what should I have said that I did not say? Please drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to share. Until I see you next time. Bye.